Nearly 2 months since release, Helldivers 2 is still popular, averaging over 100,000 daily concurrent players alone on Steam. Arrowhead Game Studios has done well to fix server issues and matchmaking while delivering new content and features, from flying bugs and firestorms to teasing the imminent arrival of the Illuminate. However, there are still some improvements that the third-person shooter needs, whether you're jumping for the first time or dozens of hours deep. Let's go over 10 of them here. Exosuit Survivability. Exosuits are perhaps the most hyped part of Helldivers 2, and it's understandable why. Who doesn't want to stomp around in a mech, obliterating Terminids with heavy munitions, while unleashing rockets on Chargers and Bile Titans? Unfortunately, since launch, players have discovered that the Exos are a little fragile, like less able to soak up damage than a Helldiver wearing heavy armor. Also, while you can no longer blow yourself up when turning and firing the rocket, unless you do it while going up a slope, there are now complaints that rockets are too inaccurate. This may be adjusted over time, but hopefully the exosuits also become tankier and instill fear in the enemies of Super Earth, at least more than they do now. Cosmetic customization. It's great to have so many options for armor and helmets, and with super credits easily earnable in-game, you can often purchase them from the Superstore without too much fuss. The only problem? Customization. You can't recolor equipment or even weapons to try and match them, much less adorn anything with patches, designs, or other materials. A grenade launcher with a Welcome to Super Earth label would be pretty cool. While it's likely that Arrowhead is adding so many different types of armor to have varying color schemes and designs, what if you like an armor perk but don't like the color or armor design? Having the freedom to recolor it, or even change specific colors of the armor or helmet without altering the whole thing, like the color of the visors, is required ASAP. Attachments. Also, what about the lack of attachments for armor, helmets, and weapons? There are only capes to adorn on one's freedom-loving Helldiver. What if you want to add some extra armor plates or shoulder pads? How about adding some snazzy devices to their wrists, or even tactical military belts to their waists? It'd be separate from the armor itself and widen the customization that much more. It would also distinguish those who equip the same helms and armor sets when a new premium war bond or shop rotation is available. Game browser. Matchmaking and stability have improved massively since launch, and mashing that quick play button to find another group to dish out some liberty is more viable. It's hard to believe one should celebrate these luxuries, but it's a testament to their state at launch. However, while players can scan through planets and find different games to join, there's still no proper lobby browser. What if you want to see all the available games and their difficulties at a glance, rather than scanning through available planets to liberate, one by one, meticulously scanning what's available? How about queuing up for a range of difficulties? Maybe you want to adjust lobby settings to have players interested in farming for rare materials, medals, super credits, etc. Whatever the case, a lobby browser would make things so much easier. Additional weapon buffs. Following the dreaded railgun and breaker nerfs of March 2024, which weren't that bad in retrospect, Arrowhead buffed several other weapons to make them more appealing. The flamethrower is now viable with its increased damage per second. The breaker spray and pray is better, even the laser cannon isn't a meme anymore. While it offered some great new additions with the cutting-edge warbond, the LAS-16 sickle, my beloved, some other weapons could use some love. Take the newly added ARC-12 Blitzer. An arc-firing shotgun sounds great, until you try using it, and have to put up with the abysmal fire rate or lack of chaining. The Jar 5 Dominator is also underwhelming, given its explosive nature and medium armor penetration, especially with how much better the Slugger is by extension of the Punisher's buffs. Power creep and buffing everything to the moon isn't the best long-term solution, but still, it doesn't hurt to give players a reason to use some of the less popular weapons, like, say, having another ADS option for the anti-material rifle instead of just the high-zoom first-person option. Clambering improvements. Your mileage may vary, but the clambering needs some improvements. It feels odd to sometimes clamber over some obstacles, while others feel like 50-foot high walls. Then, there are the times that your Helldiver clambers over the thinnest looking stalagmite on the battlefield, wasting precious seconds and potentially killing you. Not climbing on top of a resupply pod when you didn't intend to would also make for an underrated change. Solo players opening 2-player doors. Now that it's easier to get into games with other players than before, you don't necessarily have to worry about opening those doors meant for 2, containing super credits and rare materials. But what if said teammate ignores you? What if everyone on your squad is dead? What if matchmaking suffers issues again and you have to play solo? What if you're just playing solo and want to open the darn doors impervious to explosives? Regardless, there should be some way for solo players to bypass it. Give them keys that drop from missions, or add a hacking minigame with limited tries. More anti-armor options. Armored enemies have thankfully seen some adjustments at difficulty 7 and above, meaning fewer charges and bile titans without impacting the overall challenge. Reducing the health of the charger's head, making them easier to kill with the recoilless rifle and EAT 17 is also a great change. However, the game is still lacking in anti-armor options. Yes, there's the autocannon, and the anti-material can 2-shot automaton hulks while strangely underperforming against terminids. Having a few more choices in the mix, if only to freshen up the gameplay some more, wouldn't hurt. More ways to spend requisition points. Having no time limit when unlocking items from the war bonds is nice. You can splurge on super credits if you want to buy some cosmetics from the store, prioritize emotes and armor sets, go for specific weapons, and not have to worry about their imminent departure. But what about requisition points? What if you've unlocked all of the stratagems and their improvements? Granted, it can take some time, but they lack any other purpose afterwards. Having something to work towards, maybe some ship customization options, or even gifting a limited amount to other players would cater to those with an excess amount of points available. The latter could even encourage players to help out lower-leveled Helldivers and maybe get them up to speed that much faster. Career milestones and rewards. Last but not least, there's the lack of career milestones or challenges. Maybe it goes against how disposable the Helldivers are in-game, but having some for the player to look back on wouldn't be so bad. Furthermore, unlocking special cosmetics like armor sets, titles, banners, and other rewards for reaching certain milestones would be cool and showcase one's veteran status, if not their skill. This isn't to say that Helldivers 2 needs prestige levels or something similar to trick out their guns, but milestones to strive towards would give another reason to keep playing once everything else is unlocked. And with that, we've reached the end of this video. Have anything to say? Let us know in the comments below. Also, we upload new videos every single day on Gaming Bolt, so please consider subscribing as it really helps us out. Thanks for watching.